Is our future entirely determined? With our future simply a mirror of our past? Or do we have the power to change our lives and create a truly beautiful life? A life filled with world travel, financial abundance, and excitement. Well, today I am in the beautiful city of Hoi An in Vietnam. And today I'm going to share how you can unfuck your life, become a nomad and travel to beautiful places just like this, as well as show you some of this incredible city. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a story about my own personal struggles, but the only reason I share that is just to show you that you can do it too. Because this video isn't about me at all, it really is about you. And in this video, I am going to share some practical things that you can start doing from today so that you can travel to some beautiful places just like this and not just watch it through YouTube videos. So let's go back a couple of years where my life was well and truly fucked, and perhaps you might be able to relate. Like, check out this awesome view in Da Nang. I mean, beautiful view, lovely beach. It is windy and it is a little bit cold, if I am honest, but it's beautiful nonetheless. But let me ask you, do you feel like, you and where you are right now in life and the sort of people that you watch online and where they are, do you just feel like you're worlds apart in terms of maybe where you came from in your life? Well, maybe not. So towards the end of this video, I'm going to share some very practical things in terms of the whole make money online stuff. But I think it's important we do some groundwork because the deliciousness of the fruit really does come down to the quality of the root. You see, just a few short years ago, I was sleeping on couches, I was living in shared houses, I was in £25,000, like $30,000 worth of debt, and I was paying back £1 a month on what's called a debt repayment scheme, which is basically something you do if you can't afford your debts and you basically just pay back £1 a month. I was working a recruitment job I really hated for this absolute douchebag of a boss who drove a Lambo Huracan, which I absolutely love, and he'd swan in at 11 AM every day and do about an hour's work and then go. And really my only joy in life was a strategically timed poo around 11 o'clock in the morning so I could steal a few extra minutes of my life back. And there was this one cold British Tuesday afternoon just before lunchtime, and in all fairness to the Lambo driving douchebag, he did something that changed my life. He dropped a book on my desk, and this book was called Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. Like I said, I was sleeping in shared houses at the time. I had a 248 credit score. I'd been banned from Nationwide from ever using them again, and I was driving a £1,200 piece of crap grey Hyundai that was about 15 years old. So I really felt like I just had nothing to lose in my life. I hadn't read a book in 10 years, but I just thought, fuck it, you know what, let me read the book. So I went back home, and that night I started reading the book. And what this book taught me, it just changed my entire life. And I really think it will change yours too. What this book showed me was that I was in a prison, but not like a physical prison. I was in a prison of my own mind. I was 26 and had nothing. But the reason I had nothing, it wasn't because I was raised by a single mom in rented houses all my life. It wasn't because I got all C's at school, or because I done manual labor jobs or never went to uni, or because I worked in building sites or cleaned glasses until 4 AM in the morning. No, the reason I had nothing was because I didn't believe I was worthy of having anything. I was in a prison of my own mind, just trapped and drowning in limiting beliefs. I was a prisoner to the stories I told myself about what I was and was not capable of. There is a great quote from Gurdjieff, which goes, "You are in prison. If you wish to get out of prison, the first thing you must do is realize that you are in prison. If you think you are free, you can't escape." And I came to see that we co-create reality. Let me ask you a question, right? If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? No. Because all it has is the potential for sound. It's only heard if there is a hearer. So in 1801, there was an experiment conducted called the double slit experiment. And it was done by a guy called Thomas Young. It showed us that little particles of matter, they behaved like waves. But they showed that through the very act of observing them, the particles changed how they behaved. So what this meant was, simply by observing or watching the particles, they changed how they behaved. So what the fuck does this mean? What it means is just by looking at reality, we change the reality. We co-create our entire reality that we experience, that we live in. You are, to an extent, a god. changing and manifesting the entire existence and experience that you have of life. So what does this mean? It means that reality isn't just given to you, it's co-created by our own minds, and you have the power to change your life. Now, you might be thinking like, all right, mate, enough with the hippie flower power bullshit. Now give me something I can actually do to go out and change my life. And you're right, because all of this is great, but if I didn't do this next thing, I don't think anything actually would have changed. Woo! It is windy and moody on Da Nang Beach. I am starving. I'm going to go find a little place to have some lunch. Don't want to go too far, so I'm going to find somewhere near the beach. I love a moody beach. Love to be near a moody beach. So let's pick this up at a little lunch spot. Let's explore this alley. Another Vietnamese alley. Feels like a little housing block. Google says dead end. Yeah, wrong way. Let me ask you, do you have a dream? Like seriously, do you have a dream? You know, I know for me, I didn't. But when I went through this sort of shift in my life, I began to dare to dream of something better for myself. You know, it's strange, like society tells us what our dreams should be. It tells us we should dream about leaving school with good grades, getting a good job, saving up a deposit for a house and then getting a mortgage for the next 25 to 30 years, getting a missus or a husband, having a sprog, working until we're 65, enjoying retirement for 10 years and then fucking dying. But what is your dream for your life? Because if you don't have a dream, you can't set goals. And if you don't have goals, you'll just be used by somebody else who does to help them achieve their dreams. Whilst we'll go over the actual digital nomad, make money online stuff in a moment, it's all pointless unless you have a vision for a future that you want to work towards. Because when the times get tough, if you don't have that vision, you'll just quit. Now, back when I started my own sort of a personal transformation, to say, I read The 4-Hour Workweek. And this book like opened my eyes that there was another way to think about life. And it's this book that made me want to travel. And like, if it wasn't for that book, I wouldn't be in Vietnam right now, or have spent the last couple of years in Thailand or traveling around Southeast Asia. But it wasn't precise enough. What Tim said was we have to think about everything we want to do, everywhere we want to go, everything we want to be, everything we want to own, and work out how much that will cost each month. And then you break that down into what's called the TMI, or target monthly income. And that's like your financial amount that you want to work towards each month that will help you live the life that you want to live. And like what's mental is that probably everything you want to do in your life, like everything you actually want to do, is probably doable on just an average Western salary. If you're able to up and leave the West and travel to places like Southeast Asia or South America, maybe even parts of Europe, where you can leverage your own currency. Because if you're able to just travel the world, you can immediately 2 to 10x your level of wealth and your quality of life. So finally, I had a specific amount of money that I needed to work towards. But how to actually earn that money? Well, let's look at that now. Okay, so now I'm going to share exactly what I'm doing, but before I do that, just allow me to share a super short story. So I was recently on a call with an amazing guy called Jeff Fagan, and he was the COO of T. Harv Ekker's education business and helped grow it to like $500 million in revenue. And he said to me, imagine there's 2 swimmers, okay? There's a good swimmer and a bad swimmer. And the bad swimmer challenges the good swimmer to a race across the lake. But he says, I'm gonna swim from this side to the other side, and you, the good swimmer, are gonna swim from this side of the lake to the other. So they had a race, and the bad swimmer got to the other side of the lake before the good swimmer was even halfway across. What does this mean? It means it's always important to swim with the tide and not against it. And we all have our own tide. Like everyone online is saying like, be a copywriter or ghostwriter or a fucking high ticket closer. Become a content creator and sell courses or start an AI automation agency. And there's taglines online like how I made $4 billion wearing pants in under 2 minutes a day at 14 years old. It's like, shut the fuck up, innit? But you know, what's right for them, it may not be right for you. So we need to find our own tide. Now look, I've been working online for 7 years. I've done lots of different things. I found things that I've been great at, and I found things that I sucked at. But let me share exactly what I'm doing right now and why I think this works. So I'm bullish, or essentially feeling really good about, a framework that I've coined the AMP framework, AMP. And A stands for audience, M stands for membership, and P stands for product. Look, AI is here, and some people are predicting that in 5 years' time, there's going to be no online jobs left. Now, the best ice hockey players skate to where the puck is going, not to where the puck is. And if you're focusing on what's big right now, in 5 years' time, I don't know where you're going to be. And so there's two opportunities that I see available right now. One is to build an AI business, which, if I'm honest, it's just not really my jam. And the second one is to build a personal brand. And so for me, I'm doubling down on building a personal brand, like I'm doing it right now, right now. So let me tell you exactly what it is, and then I'm going to share exactly how I'm doing it, because I want to make this as valuable as possible for you. Because I really can't stand douchebags online that say things like, hey, start an AI automation agency and buy my fucking course on AI automation agencies, or become a social media manager, or start a social media marketing agency and buy my course on starting a social media marketing agency. So here's how it works. Firstly, find someone that you want to help, right? Someone who you want to help in life. And this is what's called your avatar. Then you want to figure out how to solve a painful problem for that person. Then you want to make organic content, and by organic content, I mean specifically YouTube content that shows people how they can solve their problems. Now, there's some really fun ways that you can do that, and a way that I really like to do that is something I've coined a vlog-ucation. And this is where you can combine something like a vlog, like in Da Nang Beach, with education, like sharing how I'm planning on growing my online income over the next few years. Then what do? Well, then what you do is you build some free resources which give even more value to people. This could be things like a free newsletter, or it could be something like some lead magnets, like a PDF, video series, and so on. And then over time, you can release a low ticket membership with access to different things. It could be calls, it could be courses, it could be templates, it could be resources, whatever it is that helps them solve their problem even more. And then lastly, some of those people are going to want even more help. And you can launch a higher ticket product on the back end where people essentially get more help from you to help them solve their problems. Like, imagine having 50 people paying you $50 to $100, maybe even $150 a month, every single month, knowing that when you come into a new month, all of your bills are going to be paid. And then a certain number of those people are going to want more help, and they'll pay you between $2,000 to $10,000 for a year just to help them. So let me share exactly how I'm doing it. Cheers. First ever time having a salt coffee. It works. So who do I want to help? I want to help you. I want to help people who are just sort of stuck in that Western consumerist paycheck to paycheck rat race cycle and wage slavery to build your personal brands and build an audience and build, consistent monthly recurring revenue through memberships and products so that you can travel the world. Like, I can't think of anything I would rather do with my life than to help you do that. Like, I make free YouTube videos trying to give some value and share some information, just like the one I'm making right now. And in some of those videos, there is a call to action to join my newsletter, which, if you want more free information, you can take me up on that. And in fact, if you would like to sign up for that, why don't you scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, or click the link in the description below this video, enter your email on the next page, and you can receive my regular newsletter where I share specific actionable things that you can do to start making money online and traveling the world. And if you sign up today, I'll send you a bunch of free bonus emails and videos as well. Scan the QR codes on the screen right now, or click the link in the description, and I'll see you in the inbox soon. Just imagine for me for a moment that this is your office view for the day. I mean, literally, you can come in, sit down, have your laptop, your iced coffee, and just look out at this stunning view in front of you. You can do this. I believe in you, okay? I promise you, you can do this.